Welcome to the Quotive Corner. Whether you're opening your morning with a cup of coffee, winding down after a long day, or just stepping away from the noise for a few minutes, I appreciate you making space to think. Let's look at a quote that quietly challenges how we measure success. The length of your education is less important than its breadth, and the length of your life is less important than its depth. That's a sharp line, and it comes from Marilyn Savant, best known for holding a record-setting IQ and for writing her long-running Ask Marilyn column, where she answered complex questions in mathematics, logic, and everyday reasoning. For decades, readers would send in puzzles and problems, and she became known not just for intelligence, but for clarity, which makes this quote especially fitting. She's not dismissing education, she's reframing it. We tend to measure education by duration, years in school, degrees earned, titles accumulated. There's a subtle prestige attached to longevity. The longer you study, the more impressive it sounds. But breadth is different. Breadth implies range, curiosity, exposure to multiple fields, a willingness to explore ideas outside your primary lane. It suggests intellectual flexibility rather than just endurance. You can sit in classrooms for years and still think narrowly. You can also be deeply curious for a lifetime and continually expand your understanding, even outside formal systems. And that distinction matters. A long education without breadth can become specialization without perspective. Useful, yes, but limited. Breadth creates connection points. It allows you to see how ideas intersect, how philosophy touches science, how history informs politics, how psychology shapes leadership. It gives you mental agility. Then she pivots. The length of your life is less important than its depth. That line hits differently. We often equate longevity with success. A long life feels like a victory, and of course, time is precious. But depth is about quality of engagement. Depth is about presence, about meaning, about intensity of experience rather than simple duration. Two people can live the same number of years. One skims the surface, the other dives. Depth is found in reflection, in relationships, in courage, in deliberate living. It's not about cramming more into the calendar. It's about engaging more fully with what's already there. There's something quietly liberating in that idea, because you don't control how long your life will be, but you do influence how deeply you live it. Just like you may not control how many years of formal education you receive, but you can absolutely control how wide your curiosity runs. Now, let's bring a little realism into this. Breadth requires effort. It means stepping outside comfort zones. It means reading things you don't immediately agree with. It means asking questions that don't directly advance your career. Depth requires vulnerability. It means feeling things fully. It means slowing down long enough to reflect instead of rushing to the next milestone. Neither happens automatically, but both are accessible. And that's the optimistic side of this quote. You don't need endless credentials to cultivate wisdom. You don't need endless years to cultivate meaning. You need intention. So here's something practical to consider. Ask yourself, is my education expanding outward? Am I learning across disciplines, across perspectives, across experiences? And separately, am I living deeply or just quickly? Those are uncomfortable questions, but they're clarifying. Because breadth strengthens the mind, depth strengthens the soul, and neither is measured by a clock. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me here at the Quotive Corner. If this reflection nudged you to rethink how you measure growth, share it with someone who values thoughtful living. And remember, wisdom isn't in the quote, it's in the reflection. Until we reflect again.